So I was getting all frazzled because I haven't done one of these in a long time, and I was starting to show everybody our beautiful collaboration. So everyone, this is Deborah Pagani. She's unbelievably talented, and I have been wearing her pins, her what do you call your pin? Just like
the classic core is called.
Sorry, you cut out.
The DP pin.
Yeah, the DP classic long pin. I think that's the one I wear.
Exactly.
So I've been wearing that for a long time, and I'm like, I literally feel as if I've lost a piece of jewelry when I can't find my DP pins. And then we started talking last year, and we said, why don't we do something together? And this is so exciting because I feel like it's such a nice marriage of both of our lines, you know. So they come in these really nice linen pouches. There's Deborah's logo, and there's our logo on that side. And it's nice to keep them in these, especially the, we have two finishes at the moment. And the enamel finish, which is right here, it's a nude finish that kind of marries with our iPod Rendezvous, if you see the nude color there. It's really nice, especially to keep this one in the pouch, just so it doesn't get scuffed up. It's a little bit, you know, more, you just have to be careful with it and take care of it. And anyway, so I'm so excited about these. This one is a little bit, you know, has a gold tip, and of course the heart is our logo. And you know, it feels really fun that we did this collaboration. And I think I've been getting so many compliments, such nice feedback.
Oh my God, too. It's so exciting. Everybody's so get their hearts. The minute I saw it, I'm like, I'm like in love with them out. They're so special. That part, I've never seen it before. So something, especially in conjunction. I've been a fan of so long. This was like truly humbling, exciting to actually work with you and be able to, you know, create this piece that I've never seen before. It's so unique.
Yeah, I mean, I was so honored to work with you, Deborah. You're so incredibly talented. And I agree with you. I haven't seen a heart-shaped hairpin before. And I feel like it's super functional. I'm stealing what you said a little while ago when we did our press day, that it is kind of like an accessory for your hair. And I love accessories. I love my jewelry, and it does feel like it's jewelry for your hair.
Yeah.
And it's not too fussy. I think it's really simple and really elegant, but it's also really, you know, efficient, you know. So I'm just so happy with how it turned out. It's not fussy, you know.
It gets it done. And you know what I love about the heart also is that the classic DP pin can like disappear if you press it into the bun more, but like the heart definitely show off. It's really like an ornament. And you know, I wanted to create these because I felt like, why does our hair, why do hair accessories have to be either completely rhined out or plastic or something that's like bendable and disposable? So it was very exciting to make something very different.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy, and it's exciting to see, you know, like how people react, and it's been so nice. So, yeah. Deborah, I thought maybe to start with, do you want to do a little makeup first?
Yes.
I'm just gonna put my hair up, and then we can go talk about our pins and how we like to use them. Perfect. While we're doing makeup, just to kind of keep the hair out of the face. Watch how easy it is. So I'm taking my gold one. I'm just shoving it in. It gives me a little facelift too, which is really nice. A little tension. Okay, so do you have some makeup there, Deborah? Like I thought we could do a fun.
Do I have some makeup? I have literally the entire Westman Atelier arsenal here. Everything.
I love that. So what I was thinking, I personally really like to warm up my skin tone a little bit. I think I just feel more comfortable when I have some warmth to my skin, and I've always liked that for some reason. So I'm just gonna go over my skin with a little bit of my Beauty Butter bronzer.
Okay, so I already put on Vital Skin number 2.
Nice. I also have Vital Skin 2 and 4 on, just to give you a little context. And then I'm using my powder brush, and I'm just kind of dusting over the Beauty Butter bronzer lightly, and I like to go over my skin under my eye. I start usually in a horizontal fashion because I like to kind of emulate that my tone of my skin is warmer as opposed to making it look made up. And I also go over my eyelids. And immediately it kind of warms up, you know, it brightens your eye color, you know, when you kind of go close to your eye like that, your eyelid, under your eye, and having the approach of changing your skin tone as opposed to, you know, having it look like bronzer is very different. I always think of how do kids look, you know, when they're nice and bronzy. They don't look like sparkly and kind of like vertical application. It's more sort of like that kind of reddish. It's different. It's more focused in this area, you know. Those are the good old days when one could just sit out and not worry.
Oh, I know.
Those days are so far gone for me.
And me too. I don't take any sun. I just, you know, put 50 on, cover up neck and chest, and sit under an umbrella.
I know, me too. I mean, I'll wear a bathing suit, you know, if I'm not going to be in the sun directly. But otherwise there's so many great options like Cover Swim and all those options that, you know, cover your chest and arms.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So basically I just like to start off. I just already feel so much more alive with a bit of tone. I think that my skin color is a little green otherwise.
Especially this time of year. I feel like I'm warmed up.
Yeah, me too. Okay. So then I like to give myself a little bit of contour. So I'm using Biscuit, Face Trace and Biscuit, and I'm just going to give myself a little, go right under my cheekbone.
Okay, I'm going to use the powder because I feel like that's the only thing I don't have. So I'm just going to go in a little bit more.
Oh yeah, that works too.
I use the darker bronzer because I love it for contour also. And
yeah.
It blends out really easily. Like some people are like, wow, that's really dark. But once you put it in and you blend it out, and it's buildable also.
Yeah, it's really light because it's kind of like a plant butter based bronzer. So it really settles into the skin nicely as opposed to sitting on top of the skin. Look how cute is my heart, by the way. Okay, so now I'm going to, this is one of my favorite products ever. And it's our super loaded tinted highlight. And I'm using Peau de Pêche with our blender brush. And this is really like a product that gives you all of those things. It gives you definition, it gives you warmth, and it gives you radiance all in one. So I swished this around, and this brush was really created for this product to make it as easy and not intimidating as possible. So I'm just sweeping over my cheek, and it's so easy. Really, you need one quick swoop. And look, I already have, you know, some nice structure to my face. I always call it like the closing product because you feel a little bit like, my skin doesn't look that refined. I feel like I need to do something, and this is usually the product. And really my philosophy, especially because I have rosacea, is that I like to, you know, first off, correct any issues, any areas, redness and inflammation and little bumps, things like that. And then I like to go back in with the color, but add it where, you know, I want it to be, as opposed to having all this redness in here. You know, I want some kind of color over here, but not here, because I don't want my face to look like meh. you know?
Yeah.
So it's more kind of like, I guess that common sense. And then I'm going to use Chouchette today on my cheek.
I have that.
You have Chouchette?
Yes. I'm happy you're showing me because I feel like sometimes I go underneath my eye too much. So you're just kind of going in the apple, right?
So I like to go over the apple, like kind of a horizontal application, horizontal, I would say oval. But you know, something that's really great, you don't have this, Deborah, but if people have circles under their eyes, it's nice to bring the blush up a little bit higher, you know, because then you really deflect from dark circles.
Oh no, I definitely do. I just piled on the Vital Skin, so you can't really see it that much.
Well, sometimes, you know, it's a good addition to the Vital Skin, you know. So now I have my Chouchette, and I'm going to give myself a little bit of additional radiance with Lit Up, and I'm using the Original Lit. We're just doing a quick kind of party.
Okay, I'm going to use Parla because
oh my goodness, I'm going to use Perla too, actually, but I've decided I wanted to kind of combine. I want extra luminosity today because my skin is so dry.
And this has hyaluronic in it, right?
Yes, everything is packed with skincare benefits, which I always thought, you know, when I was going to start this line, how come there isn't something there? I can't find makeup that is both sort of therapeutic and functional in terms of what it does. I really wanted something that was going to calm and soothe and repair my skin and not just kind of cover it, you know, and correct it. I wanted more. I wanted healing. And Perla, how pretty is Perla?
It's one of my favorites. And you could feel it on your fingers. It's not something that you feel like, oh, I have to wash this off immediately. Like,
no, and it's not sticky. It doesn't have that opacity of some highlights where you're kind of like, oh, it looks so sort of cosmetic. Yeah. I've never really responded that well to that look. I wanted this to be creamier. I wanted it to be about your skin and what you look like, and instead of like the makeup, the product, you know. I want it to be all about you and making you feel better and more confident as a person, you know. So I like, obviously, to emphasize my cheekbones. I sometimes do bit of the bridge of my nose, and Perla is such a great color because it works on any skin tone because it's in between cool and warm, this shade. So it works on deep skin, it works on very fair skin, it works on, you know, across the gamut. And I like to sort of brighten and open my eyes. And sometimes a little bit on my chin. I always, any day, prefer to be more radiant than not. I just feel like it's so much more youthful. And I don't have great skin, so, you know, sometimes people are intimidated and think, oh, I can't be, you know, super radiant if my skin is bumpy, but it's all about the approach and the visualizing kind of what you want your skin to look like, and then making that happen by just these kind of steps.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have Perla. Let's see, what do we have next? Do you have any of the iPods?
I have all.
What? Oh, you're so awesome. Which, do you want to use one?
My favorite is Tobacco.
Pretty, beautiful.
I use that one all the time, and then sometimes I'll just put like a little bit of chocolate here, like as a liner, and you know, Noir if I'm going out, and then Champagne just to blend it out a little bit, and then I always do Peau de Rose at the brow bone. You're
such a good makeup artist. Oh my God, you could teach me how to do it.
Oh my gosh. No, well, listen, I watch your videos all the time. I'm like, I'm going to try that. You know, you have to play with these things. You take a tip from, you watch your videos and then you just play with everything and then you wind up seeing what works for you.
Yeah, I think you play with it, and it's also just to know it's not, you're not getting a tattoo. You know, you're not
Right.
married to, and it's blendable, it's easy, and it's honestly, it's fun to play and experiment with what works on you. So I'm going to use a little bit of the Rendezvous palette, and I'm just going to, bearing in mind that we're keeping this simple, we're not going to bore everyone and go on too long, but I'm using, because I love this palette so much, I'm going to use Frappe, which is the deeper, rich, kind of brown, the cool brown.
Okay, so I'm going
And
to
I'm
use
sweeping
that.
across my lid, but I'm also going to add a little bit of the Bon Chance. I like to always kind of have a base layer of a color, because then you get this additional color. One thing that's good to know about the product, the iPods especially, is that, it just needs a little bit of kind of warmth and playtime, to get the extra, to pick up the extra product and have really good pigment payoff. But you see, I hardly, I've used this one a few times, so it was very easy for me to pick up the product. You can also, you don't have to, but if you want really opaque sort of payoff or really intense payoff, you can also wet your brush a little bit. Actually, Michelle Pfeiffer gave me that tip.
Oh, I did. I was going to ask you, is there a way to like make it more intense, like to use it as an eyeliner?
Yeah. If you wanted to use noir as an eyeliner, for example, absolutely. You can wet your eyeshadow one brush a little bit and just use sort of like the tip, and kind of like, obviously not soaking wet, but so it's, damp a little bit, and then you kind of just pick up the product, and then there you go, and then you just follow your lid. That'd be so pretty on your big brown eyes too.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
See, that's so easy, and for me, I just love having, simple. I want to do a lip today because I think it's so festive around the holidays, and I like to have more of a simple kind of looking finish to my skin, radiant and beautiful, but I don't want to look like, oh my God, I have so much makeup on and a lip,
Yeah.
But I think this way you can sort of really get away with having more. Say, I need more on my eyes, and I can get away with that because of the approach and the application. It's not like I'm applying like a tremendous amount of everything. It's kind of like in measured amounts.
Like tobacco is that perfect bronzer on the eye. I love it.
You can also, by the way, use Peau de Pêche on your eyes. The one I used, the super loaded kind. Yeah, all of the super loadeds are great on the eyes too. So I'm just gonna give myself a touch of Bon Chance, just to have like that little brightness close to my root.
I'm going to use a little chocolate. And then what I have to tell you is this brush, it's your baby blender brush. This brush is so extraordinary. I call it like the universal brush because I use this literally for everything. It's amazing for underneath the eyes. I use it for concealer. I use it for powder to like, clean it up. It's perfect if you want to, like, you're in a rush and you want to get all that eyeshadow on really quick, like a whole base. It's amazing, that brush.
Yeah, I honestly, I have to say, our brushes, we put so much effort and integrity into our brushes, all of our products, but our brushes really, you can tell the difference between quality brushes and not.
Oh, absolutely.
And our brushes, if you take care of them, will last you forever. So I'm also going to use a tiny bit of Bisou, which is this peachy golden shade, and I'm using my eyeshadow 2 brush. This is a sample, so the handle's a bit longer, and I'm just going to kind of brighten this area between my eyes a little bit more. It's also really pretty on the Cupid's bow.
What is that one called?
Bisou. It's in Rendezvous, the iPod palette Rendezvous, and it's, also pretty to lift up. Any kind of highlighty shade is very nice to lift up the outer corners of your eyes. I always use that trick because I have these droopy eyes, and I really lean on.
I have that too, and like as you get older, it just gets a little more emphasized, and you have
Oh
to
my
be
God.
so careful with putting makeup on because you'll just wind up with like the
Totally.
puppy dog look.
Absolutely. And you want to kind of alter the perception of the shape of your eyes without it looking like, you know, you're a cosmetic ad, you know? It's very sort of like delicate, that line between too much and too, but I think it's just manipulating, you know, with color, really, highlight and shadow. It really
Yeah.
is.
Like, yeah, this is enough. I have enough eye makeup on for.
Yeah, and then but you still won't look like you're too much, you know. You still can wear a lip with this. So I'm gonna give myself some I Love You mascara, because the other fun thing about when you get older, your lashes, what happened to my lashes, man? God. And I just like to go from the root and kind of swivel up and just open my eyes a little bit, and then we're gonna quickly do a little lip, and then we're ready for some Deborah action on the hairpin.
How do you feel about mascara on the lower lashes?
I like it. I like it a lot, especially if it's gonna be more of a, you know, a radiant, kind of glowy, beautiful skin kind of, you know, idea. Then it looks so doe-eyed and so big and bright when you know, I love. But my lashes on the top are like barely there, and then bring in the bottom and I'm like, whoa. I do like it though, and if I had bigger eyes and more lashes, I would do it more often on myself.
Yeah, I need to start using something to help the growth of the lashes, but I haven't found anything.
I know, I'm afraid of, you know, anything that's too radically, I don't know, there was a few products a few years ago that altered the color of your skin to make your lashes grow, and I just thought that's maybe, I don't know.
Maybe I'm gonna put a little. I always like that. I love that when you do that, you like wing out the lashes.
That's a nice trick. Just make your eyes seem a little bit longer, because oftentimes, you know, people appreciate when their eyes look a little longer, depending on the shape of your face and all of those things, of course. But it does look pretty, and it does look, you know, like you have little, you know, just like your eyes go out. Okay. And I know, Deborah, you're not so much of like a dark lip person.
You know, I always want to, and then I'm always in a rush, but I mean, I'm open to try it. I absolutely, I mean, I have got the 2 lip palettes, the original. I always love that like nude color that you have at the end.
Yeah.
This
the Dusty Rose. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, what is
I know you love this one.
I know, it's sold out.
I know, but it will be back. Okay, so let's go with Bordeaux.
Okay.
Le Bordeaux, okay, because this is a limited edition palette, and really I had in mind like festive holiday season making this palette. It's also packed with cold pressed cherry oil, peptides for, you know, hydrating and plumping, and just all of the really most incredible ingredients in this formula. And also the payoff is really amazing. The actual base of the lip product is made out of plant-based wax instead of synthetic wax, which is really unusual, and it took forever to do that. So I have to say I'm so happy with how this turned out. So should we, let me see, I'm going to do, which shade are you going to do? And I'll do another one.
I'm going to do the nude and then deepen it a little bit with the brick on the bottom.
Okay, so you do those two, and I think I'm gonna do the poppy color up here because it feels
Okay.
very holiday.
Okay.
I can't wait. I love this time of year so much.
Me too. As you see,
And,
we have 3 trees in the house right now.
oh, you do?
Yeah.
So a good tip when you're wearing a bright or a dark color, especially, is to make sure that your lips are, don't have a bunch of dry skin on them, that they're not too moisturized at the time you're applying, but that you don't have like dry skin. And a great tip is to just exfoliate or kind of rub your mouth with a warm towel to get everything off. And I'm just using my lip brush. And I'm following the shape of my mouth. And this is a really, really pretty bluish red.
I love this nude. And you know what's great about this? And then you just tap a little bit of the brick on the bottom, and you could just deepen it and just do a darker nude according to your skin tone.
And it lasts you a long time. And that was so important to me, that just because the ingredients are wonderful, I didn't want to compromise on the experience. I really wanted, people to trust and earn their trust of all of you guys, and I don't think, people care as much about what the ingredients are if it doesn't work. It has to work.
Yeah.
That's got to be paramount.
And this palette lasts forever.
Uh-oh. Maybe we should make it smaller. Just kidding.
I feel like it's like, it really is, you're using it, and I've used it so many times, it still looks like brand new.
Well, it's nice because it's great to bring in your bag if you change your mind when you're out, or, it's kind of like fun to see all the colors next to each other. I guess that's how I've always liked to work doing makeup. I love seeing colors next to each other.
And it's cool because if you're not inspired to do a darker color, seeing it next to the color that you love so much, kind of one day you'll finally say, hey, let me try this.
Yeah, I mean, I never wear this kind of lip, but I actually fully, think it's so festive, and I love wearing a lip like this now during the holidays.
Yeah, it looks beautiful on you.
But I wouldn't necessarily say I felt the most confident, but now I'm like, I think it's just, it feels good to kind of like do something outside of your comfort zone. When you dress up, it feels kind of like appropriate.
More special. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's super hydrating, the formula, right?
Yeah. I mean,
okay.
I don't feel dry. It's not cakey.
And you can have a few drinks or eat, and it still will, it's not gonna disappoint you.
That's great.
So look, here we go. Deborah, we have to, there's one question that we've been getting regarding our pins, and people are asking, can you use the pins if you have thin hair as well as thick hair?
I mean, as you know, I do not have thick hair. I mean, I curled it a little bit this morning. I put a little hairspray in. It's starting to get thicker, actually, because of vitamins, and I'm trying to eat better. But I have really fine hair. And during our press day, we had a couple of people there that had ultra fine hair. There's just little tricks that you need to do. Maybe you're going to have to use a little elastic or one of those silk mini scrunchies first, which I can show you also. And I'm going to even do a half up, half down, which you're going to see there's so little hair in there, and it still absolutely works.
Oh, and Deborah, so also my friend yesterday, my friend Laura was saying that, so her hair is to here, and she could get up a little ponytail, but she felt that she didn't have enough hair. Do you think, what length does it need to be to work for this?
You know what I tell everybody? If you can wrap your hair in a bun, you can use this. If you can't wrap your hair in a bun, it's not going to work.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if your hair is like even on the shorter side, you can get it around a little bit. You're better off using an elastic first, then wrapping it will help you anchor it. And I always tell people to do that while they're trying to learn how to learn their technique that works for them. Like you put it in very differently than how I put it in, but you know, it works for us. So that elastic is kind of like the training wheels of doing your pinup, which I'll show you.
That's great. Okay.
Like sometimes when I want my bun to be like much bigger, I'll get one of these velvet scrunchies, and that kind of matches my hair. That's not too far. The closer it is to your hair color, the better it is. And I'll show you how to do that. But first, I'm going to show you the half up, half down. And this is just using such little hair. And why I like using the heart, I'll show you exactly why. So you want to just section out your hair. You can, I know everybody's doing the side part right now, so I'll do it also so you can see that you actually still can keep a part if you want, or you could just slick it back. Okay, and I'm going to turn around.
Yeah, I love watching you do this. And honestly, the magic that you did on our press day with all of the different types of hair, thickness, textures, length, it was mind-blowing.
I know we have some really good videos that we're going to start to roll out. Okay, so you want to take your pin. You did your little bun, your little Cinnabon here. You want to tuck your ends underneath. Can you guys see well? So take your pin upside down, anchor it, and glide it underneath the bun. And you can adjust like that. So
look how pretty.
There's very little hair here. There's not like, I don't have all of my hair in there, and it works perfectly. And why I love it this way, because then you could just pull it out a little bit and you see your little heart poking out, which is so cute.
It's so cute. Oh my gosh.
Who doesn't want a little heart in their hair? I love it.
Love makes the world go round, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. So that's one style. This is how I've been wearing it because I cut my hair a little bit too short and I'm like waiting for it to grow back out. So, I mean, for me, this works much better. And I think it's just, I think it's so cute like this. And I love it. I never wore my other pin, the DP classic pin like this. And I just love the way the heart kind of just pokes out.
Yeah, there's something really sweet about just the heart. I don't know. I just really am so happy with how it turned out. So I'll show you guys how I use the pin because I do it slightly differently to Deborah. I just, let me see. So I'm using the nude one. Can you see if I do like here?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I just grab my hair, and sometimes I'll let my hair be parted and sometimes not. It just depends on how clean it is.
Exactly. So I just washed mine.
Yeah, me too. It's a little too clean. So then I just wrap it around my finger. I grab like a ponytail, and then I wrap it, and then I twist it like a few times around itself. Then I take the pin and I only stick it in like this. I have kind of thick hair.
But you don't just jab it. You kind of weave it in.
Yeah. I kind of weave it in, I guess. Yeah. I mean,
and I love the way you wear it. It's so effortless. It's like, you know, it just looks ultra chic. It's like you just have this like, it's up and the hairs are just flying and it looks great. I mean, there should be no rules. Like I wear it one way, you wear it another way. I mean, I love seeing people the way everyone wears it differently, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I like how it really is. You can play with it too and feel what works best for your hair texture, your length, your, you know, thickness, thinness, all those things. But also, Deborah, will you show us how to do, what else should we ask Deborah? She's so good with all these different, how about a French, like a chignon?
Oh, yes. Okay. That's another way. I love the heart pin sticking out of the little, oh, wait, you mean oh no, you want just a classic one. Let me do the French twist and then I'll do the classic chignon.
Oh yeah, the French twist is what I'm going to do this one that Deborah just did.
Am I in a good position?
Yeah, great.
So So you just want to grab your hair, opposite side. Sometimes it takes a couple of times because to get that twist nice. And then you take your pin again upside down, anchor it, flip it, and glide it under. How's that?
Wow. Can you back up just a little bit?
Good?
I can't really, it's a little far. Can everyone see?
Kimberly, can you push it up, please?
Oh yeah, that. Can everyone see? Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, love that. Oh my gosh, look how cute is that heart. Yeah, looks really good, Deborah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna just do the classic chignon. I mean, this is like when you are just rushing out of the house, this is just the easiest thing to do ever. Again, anchor, glide it under, and there you go.
Yeah, oh, it looks so pretty. Also, the tones in your hair it's so easy to kind of see what you did. That's why I keep trying to go blonder. Just kidding.
I know. I'm dying to go blonder, but I'm so afraid that my hair is going to break off. It's finally getting back to where it used to be.
I love your color. Anyway, so should we? Are there any other questions that anybody might have while we're here?
Yeah, somebody wants to see it with the scrunchie. I'll show you.
Oh yeah, that's great.
I'm going to show you on the, like, as a top knot with a scrunchie. This is for everybody with super fine hair that want to have like that juicier bun.
What did you do? Remember where you did something and you had such a nice section? It looked very like Catherine Deneuve. Like it was a nice, like, kind of parting when you put it up. Was that half up, half down? I can't remember. That was so pretty.
Okay. So you just want to do this as tight as possible. Let me just turn this off. Okay. And then you want to, now there's a couple ways you can do this. If you want, you could split it up, go one way, the opposite way, and just kind of like cover up that. Oh wait, let me redo it.
I find it so soothing to watch. I don't know why when you do it.
That's like when I like to watch. Everybody loves to watch you do makeup at the event. They're like, oh my god, I could just watch her doing that forever.
See, I prefer to watch you do that.
Okay, so you see, I don't have a ton of hair, but I look like I have pretty thick hair with that scrunchie underneath. And I kind of like tuck those ends underneath the scrunchie. And then you want to grab the hair on the top portion and glide it under. And then
beautiful.
Pull it out. So,
and then you have the little heart sticking out on the other side.
Yeah. And you could adjust it, push it in a little bit more. So cute.
It's really cute. And it feels, you guys, something else that's good to know, it's has a really nice weight to it. It's not light and flimsy. It feels very sort of
it's substantial. I mean, this is not,
it's substantial.
This is not bendable. This is not something that is going to lose its shape. It's not something that is going to lose, it's not going to tarnish. Like the gold is not going to really tarnish. The only thing is you have to be careful, more careful with the enamel. Keep it in the pouch when it's not in your hair. So you don't want to throw it in your bag and have it hitting the keys all the time, because it's like enamel jewelry. It will get scratched or chipped. And also the heart, I mean, just keep it in the pouch. I mean, how long have you had your pins and they're still the same color?
Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. No, the quality, that's why another reason I really was so excited to collaborate with you. You know, you also focus on the craftsmanship and integrity of your product like we do. You know, there's so much um, to be said for that, and you know, I absolutely love what Deborah does. She also does the most beautiful jewelry.
oh, thank
Um,
you.
yeah, so not just a beautiful face. You have so many oh my gosh, I love what you do.
Thank you. Like, I wanted to make sure that the gold really matched 18 karat, so that if you're wearing fine jewelry, whether you're wearing the heart or the regular pin, the regular DP classic pin, you don't have to think about it. You pick your color and you just go. There's no like styling. It's just your
Yeah,
everyday essential piece.
and it goes actually, like Deborah said, it there is no styling. It's like the fact that it's so nice is that you don't have to worry that it's gonna look weird with your outfit or anything. You know, it just complements. It's like it is like a jewelry for your hair, a piece of jewelry for your hair.
Yes.
It just feels a little special, you know, if you're not wearing earrings one day, for example, it feels like, oh, but I have my little heart, you know, I have my pin. So I
Yeah.
have
I mean,
something going on.
even if you're wearing your studs that you always wear, it won't ever look like it's just too much. It's just like,
No. Yeah. It's kind of like, yeah, it's just so easy,
yes.
which is so nice. But I do feel like you can see that you have such a hand in jewelry as well, you know, when you see these.
Yeah. I mean, I did do hair for 14 years. Then I did fine jewelry for 10 years. And to be able to kind of like mesh the two together was really a unique opportunity. It's like that's where kind of magic happens when, you know, you get to like flex in areas that you actually have, that you've actually worked in before. It's
Yeah,
not like,
and it's also that I'm so happy you brought that up, that you did hair for so long, because there's so many things to take into consideration, you know, when it comes to knowing the craft as opposed to studying the craft. Like really knowing it intuitively, having it be sort of a natural extension of who you are and what you do and what your knowledge is. I mean, I think it's the same. It's like if I had kind of researched makeup and the industry, but I didn't ever do it, it's very different.
totally.
You knowing how things react and behave and things like that. It's very different.
Yes, and being a makeup artist, you've worked on every single type of skin tone. How can you develop a foundation if you don't know what all different everybody's skin is? Like the dry skin, the rosacea, the acne, the this, the that. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it's the same thing. It's like you're an expert in your field, and then you develop the makeup, and that's why it is the way it is. That's why people love it so much.
Oh, thank you, Deborah. I'm so excited for this collaboration. I really encourage you guys to check it out. It's a really beautiful piece. Comes in the most beautiful shades, and I don't think anyone would be disappointed. I think it makes a really nice gift for yourself or for a loved one. And yeah, so thank you,
Yeah,
Deborah, and thank you all for coming and watching us play around today for, you know, a little festive makeup and using some of our styling techniques for our pins.
exactly. And I know they are selling like very, very quickly. So that's super exciting. And so
Yeah.
many people keep saying, I can't wait to get it. And we're going to be getting so many cute pinup girls sending the way that they wear it. So that's
Oh
really,
yeah, I can't wait to see your pinups. Yeah, you guys, please send us your pictures.
I know.
Okay. Well, thank you everyone.
Happy
And happy holidays.
holidays.
Be safe, and thank you so much, Deborah.
Okay.
So
Thank
good to
you.
see you.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you guys. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.